Hi everyone, today I want to talk about price difference in between two speakers. 100% different. Because this pair of Bowers & Wilkins 607 mini monitor speakers retail for $600 for a pair of these. And this pair of Bowers & Wilkins 707 S2 speakers retail for $1,200 for a pair of these. $1,200 you can get two pair of these 607s. What I want to talk about is that much of a price difference between the two speakers manufactured by very same company. Are we getting 100% more performance out of these pair of $1,200 speakers over these pair of $600 speakers? The 607 speakers are better speakers compared to previous generation 600 series, and this 700 series speakers are so much better speakers compared to previous generation CM series which they replaced. So these speaker features very similar or very same components in these speakers. For instance, this 5-inch bass driver. So these are same material. These materials are used in very expensive 800 series Bowers & Wilkins speakers. So they use same technology all the way down to lowest price 600 series speakers. If you look at the front buffer, they look very similar, but it has a little bit of a duller, lesser quality finish. It's just a black finished, and this one has a piano gloss finished. And the driver has a little accent chrome or silver rings around it. And the main difference between these two speakers on this front buffer is the tweeters. It may look the same, but it's not the same because 707 S2 use the carbon tweeter. This one uses aluminum decoupled double dome tweeters. And this one, 707, have a more advanced, better sounding tweeter. But if you look at the cabinet, this 707 S2 is much deeper. This 607 is not as deep, probably like a 3-inch shorter than the 707, but like an inch taller. And the width is about the same. That's all they're different. This one is a seamless cabinet design with the piano gloss. This one is has this little seam for the front buffer. So if you look at the back of the speakers, they are exactly the same except for the finishing of the cabinets. Binding ports the same. This bass reflex ports are very same. Those are the only few things that are different between these two speakers as far as we can see it from outside. This 607 speaker is more impressive than a 707 S2 speakers because price to performance ratio is so much better on this one. Bass performance is really good. Mid-range is phenomenal. Only highs that get me less excited about these speakers. Otherwise, this is like a almost perfect little speakers. If you don't mind tweaking with your tone control or equalizer for the highs, this is like probably the best little speaker that you can get for overall frequency range because it's so accurate, so detailed, with good impact dynamic sound that this little speaker can produce. Small to mid-sized room, this one shouldn't have any problem because great thing about Bowers & Wilkins series, these speakers are like you can play them out loud, crank them up, they will stay composed properly, even like 95 dB, except for that highs that are a bit bright for my taste. So we are talking about price different, worth the money or not. This 707 S2 produced great soundstage, very wide, deep sound signature with very nice impact. Like even 607 speaker bass performance and mid-range performance is toe to toe with my reference mini monitor KEF LS50 speakers. And this one exceeded KEF LS50s in some regards, like transparency, details, and bass performance, and instrument separation, more realistic sounding that this tweeter can produce. This tweeter in this Bowers & Wilkins speaker, that carbon dome tweeter, man, this is the best tweeter I have ever heard in this price range. Probably the best tweeter ever made by a Bowers & Wilkins, except for the diamond tweeters. I mean, so realistic. I cannot find any words because of my language limitation, as English is my third language. Amazingly transparent, a lot of details and bass performance that these guys can produce. For 2-channel music only, listening with the integrated amplifier or dedicated amplifier for 2-channel music, these will sing as long as you have a good power supply. Please keep in mind, these speakers will not sound the best with the average receivers. They are not going to be able to bring the best out of these little mini monitors due to their very low sensitivity rating. I do not think 707S2 worth 100% more than 607 speakers in terms of sound quality. But if you look at the cabinet, if you look at the tweeter, that's the difference that you are paying. Maybe 707 have a better cabinet inside that we cannot see. It may have a better components in the crossover network and all the stuff. So this 607 speaker is sent to me by Brandon, one of my YouTube subscriber. This is his personal speakers, and this one I bought it locally used because of this one intrigued me to get this 707 S2 speakers. And sound quality, they both great. So the only problem for me is the high frequencies. So with some recording, these two speakers can get a bit brighter than I would like. That's the only thing that are holding me back. So this one is going back to Brandon. I'm shooting this video before I send it back to him. But this one is, I bought it used. I might be replacing my KEF LS50 speakers. So I'm doing sound demos and auditioning against KEF LS50 speakers that I have. So I'm debating which one to keep, because transparency, details, instrument separation, wider soundstage, bigger soundstage, better bass impact out of this small mini monitors really impressed me. They both have a little bit unforgiving nature in high frequencies. Otherwise, these two becomes two of my favorite speakers in mini monitors. I like these speakers. If you're gonna go for it, go for it. Either speaker is great. Only different is you have to think, are you going to pay 100 times more for 707 S2 for build quality, finish, and better tweeters? That is all depends on you. If I'm happy with the sound, if you don't mind the look, go for this one. If you want to get the better look, better finishing, and better tweeters, go with this 707 S2. 100% different in price is your decision to make. To me, I will gladly get this one because I'm sucker to this kind of a high quality fit and finish. 707 S2 produce bass performance like 6.5 inch bass driver. I am so impressed. So if you are looking for $600-700 pair of mini monitor speakers, 607 should be on very top of your list. If you are thinking of buying $1,000-something up to $1,500 price range of mini monitor speakers, 707 S2 should be on your top of the list, even more so than the KEF LS50 speakers. That's how much I like them. So please remember that my aforementioned issue with these speakers in high frequencies, that's the only downside. That is my take on these two speakers. Happy listening and thank you for watching.